Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence. Hey there, and welcome back to the podcast. So in this podcast episode, we're going to address a common issue, or more common than it should be, where sometimes you show up at the show and you score 0 because you forgot your pattern. So let's get into it, go over some strategies to help you with this, and go over what role and what perspective should you have at a horse show to help you maximize your performance. Let's dive in. Okay, so I was working with a client this past week in my one-on-one coaching, and something came up and I really wanted to talk about it on the podcast because I think that this is more common than it should be. So she was sharing that, and this has happened at multiple shows, she'd scored a 0 on her rating pattern because she went off course. Well, we're diving into it and we're finding out, why did she go off pattern? It turns out that she forgot her pattern because she started out riding, she's doing the pattern, and she made a minor mistake. And so in her mind, she started critiquing herself. And she got so busy berating herself mentally that she totally forgot her pattern, circled the wrong way, blew the run after just the first maneuver. Oh, so frustrating. So we talked about how at the show, there are different roles that you can inhabit. And the main ones that we care about are the judge, the trainer, and the showman. When you're the judge, you are judging and evaluating the maneuvers. You are looking at if the lead departure was correct. Was that lead change clean? Did you spin the correct number of spins in the right direction? Did you overspin, underspin? How many points was that stop worth? Was that a +1, +0.5? Did your rollback go all the way? You're evaluating the performance when you are being the judge. When you are the trainer, you're not there to evaluate the maneuvers. You're there to teach something. Often this is in reference to the horse, but as non-pros, a trainer might be there to teach you as well and coach you through something. But as a rider, if you are being the trainer role, you're there to teach the horse something. You're there to school through a pattern. You may be there to simply cruise through a pattern and you're observing if the horse is being honest in the show pen, if they're looking to cheat anywhere, dive in on a circle, stop spinning, early. You're looking for those things. You might be specifically schooling, not anticipating a lead change and holding the lead longer around the corner, but you're there to teach the horse in this position as a rider something. And when you are in the trainer mode, again, you're not evaluating in the moment. You're there to observe and teach the horse something. And you're also, so we've got the judge, the trainer, and then the final one is the showman. And what happened with my client was that she switched out of the showman role into the judge role when she'd only barely begun her pattern. And The key is that when you are there to show your horse, well, by gosh, you better show that horse. And when you know what your role is, you commit to that role and you don't change it. So I want to talk a little bit about what are some strategies that you can use to be a good showman. So one of the big strategies is just being adaptable, that whatever comes up in your run, you just roll with it, so it took one extra stride to pick up your lead. Whatever, roll with it, keep it moving. If you have, your horse has the tiniest little stumble. Okay, it's just adapting to whatever your horse gives you, because you always want to ride the horse you have at that moment, right? So being adaptable to whatever comes up in the pattern and not letting it rattle you is key. And similar to that is just maintaining a positive outlook, remembering that each maneuver is not the entire pattern. There's 7 or 8 maneuvers here in each reining pattern, and each maneuver is one maneuver. You can blow one maneuver and still do well on all the others. And so you've got to just keep riding. You can't stop riding, can't stop showing. You also want to be focused on your own ride. You want to be focused on riding your own horse and maximizing your own score and not focused on beating someone else. Because if you're riding your large fast and you're thinking about beating your nemesis, well, you can't alternately be focused on riding your horse to the best of your ability at that moment. And so you're going to cost yourself points if you don't have your mind in the game and be focused on riding your horse in the moment. So focus on your own ride, not on beating somebody else. Now, these next few are variations on a similar theme where you have to remember that a horse show is a performance. So, and this is also related to being adaptable. You want to maintain a smooth outward demeanor. So even if your horse doesn't respond immediately, continue asking, behave as if everything is going to plan. You are showing your horse. You want to project confidence. You want to mind your body posture and body language. Project poise and confidence and act like you're having fun. Pretend that your horse is well trained. Make the judge want to give you points. You don't want the people watching you riding to be so concerned for your safety because you're riding so timidly. Everyone is half wondering if your horse is about to blow up because of how you're riding. And if you don't believe that, practice at home until you do. Practice that you believe that your horse is well trained, because especially at a reining show, if your horse has had any professional training, they probably know their job, and you need to learn to trust the training. And so having enough experience under your belt that you believe it is really helpful, because you want to act like you're having fun and like your horse can do this. It is a horse show. Don't be afraid to project the ideal version of you and your horse. You train hard at home. You've had the training, you've had the lessons. When you get to the show, the time for preparation is past. It's time to go out there with your horse and show. Embrace the mentality that you've got this, and allow your self-esteem and confidence to just shine outward, and allow your pride in your horse and your hard work that you've put in at home to get where you are to come out. And in that same vein, have fun. And I'm serious about that. If you are enjoying your own performance and your own ride, so will the judges. You need to be showing their subconscious minds that you're the real deal and deserving of their focus. And the last one I want to bring up is just being in the moment. This is really, really helpful. You just really want to be in the moment with your horse. Not thinking about how you didn't finish your chores at home before you left, not thinking about your work project that's due or the trouble that your kids are giving you. Just be in the moment. Ride your horse. Feel their body underneath you and ride the spins, ride the circles. And this is where meditation really comes into play. And this is something that I have my clients practice a lot is meditation to practice being in the moment so that you can be in the moment on demand when the horse show comes around and you need to do that. So these are some, tips that can help you to be the best showman that you can, because it's a horse show and we're all there to have fun and kick ass and show off our horses because they are amazing, amazing athletes. Thanks for listening in today. I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message, leave a comment. I want to hear if this has ever happened to you. Have you ever stepped out of the role of showman into judging your own ride halfway through? How did it go? What's one tip from the things that I talked about today that you're going to implement in your riding? I'd love to hear from you and to your massive success. Till next time. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I'm so grateful that you chose to spend some of your time today with me. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with a friend. And if you want more support to ensure you ride your best at home and at shows, go to NicoleBurnettCoaching.com to get your free copy of Become Unbeatable in the Show Pen, 5 mental skills every Reiner needs to master. It's a free guide I'm sharing with you on how to develop mental toughness and resilience in the face of adversity to maximize your show ring success. Until next time.